All right, we are live on Bear Sheath Farm with your host, Levite Khan. Today we're going to read Numbers or Bamidbar in Hebrew, chapters 23, chapters 22 through 26. And please pardon me, give me a little slack here. Sorry about that. I'm half out in left field here, folks. I'm tired. Give me a second. Anyway. Oh, brother, man. Sorry about this. Trying to deal with my smartphone here and okay. Channel. I need to get rid of something. I had to redo it. Make sure I don't that the one I'm on? Yes, it is. Okay. All right. Okay, I think I got it. Go back. Let me check that. Huh. I didn't get any response, but I got 8 likes on something else I commented on. Okay. Anyway, sorry about that. Welcome and shalom to Carolyn Gannon. Welcome and shalom to Old Path. Been a long day. Hopefully I won't have to take my big dogs out in the middle of this, but especially that Ayla. When she gets whining, I've learned by firsthand experience the hard way, I better listen. Otherwise, I'm going to have a kennel to clean up, and she looks content right now. But that being said, rather than ramble on about that, let's go ahead and start Numbers chapter 22, shall we? And the children of Israel set forward and pitched in the plains of Moab on this side Jordan by Jericho. And Balak, the son of Zippor, saw all that Israel had done to the Amorites. And Moab was sore afraid of the people, because they were many. And Moab was distressed because of the children of Israel. And Moab said unto the elders of Midian, now shall this company lick up all that are round about us, as the ox licketh up the grass of the field. And Balak, the son of Zippor, was king of the Moabites at that time. He sent messengers therefore unto Baalam, the son of Beor, to Pethor, which is by the river of the land of the children of his people, to call him, saying, behold, there is a people come out from Egypt. Behold, they cover the face of the earth, and they abide over against me. Before I go on to verse 6, welcome and shalom to Craig Hayden. And, oh yeah, Tex Haas, how you doing? Both of you. Anyway, verse 6, come now, therefore, I pray thee, curse me this people, for they are too mighty for me. Peradventure I shall prevail, that we may smite them, and that I may drive them out of the land. For I wot that he whom thou blessed is blessed, and he whom thou cursest is cursed. And the elders of Moab and the elders of Midian departed with the rewards of divination in their hand, and they came unto Baalam, and spake unto him the words of Baalak. And he said unto them, lodge here this night, and I will bring you word again, as the Lord shall speak unto me. And the princes of Moab abode with Baalim. And God came unto Baalim and said, What men are these with thee? And Baalim said unto God, Baalak the son of Zippor, king of Moab, hath sent unto me, saying, Behold, there is a people come out of Egypt, which covereth the face of the earth. Come now, curse me them. Peradventure I shall be able to overcome them and drive them out. And God said unto Baalim, Thou shalt not go with them. Thou shalt not curse the people, for they are blessed. And Baalim rose up in the morning and said unto the princes of Baalak, Get you into your land, for the Lord refuseth to give me leave to go with you. And the princes of Moab rose up, and they went unto Baalak and said, Baalim refuseth to come with us. And Baalak sent yet again princes more and more honorable than they. In other words, they're not necessarily honorable folks. They're of higher stature, of higher rank, more, higher royalty, whatever. Just so you know that. Welcome and shalom to Wilfred Witzke. Glad you're here. Verse 16. And they came to Baalim and said to him, Thus saith Baalak, the son of Zippor, Let nothing, I pray thee, hinder thee from coming unto me, for I will promote thee unto very great honor, and I will do whatsoever thou sayest unto me. Come therefore, I pray thee, curse me this people. And Baalim answered and said unto the servants of Baalak, If Baalak would give me his house full of silver and gold, I cannot go beyond the word of the Lord my God to do less or more. Now therefore I pray you, tarry ye also here this night, that I may know what the Lord will say unto me more. And God came unto Baalim at night and said unto him, If the men come to call thee, rise up and go with them. But yet the word which I shall say unto thee, that shalt thou do. And Baalim rose up in the morning and saddled his ass and went with the princes of Moab. And God's anger was kindled because he went. And the angel of the Lord stood in the way for an adversary against him. Now he was riding upon his ass, and his two servants were with him. And the ass saw the angel of the Lord standing in the way, and a sword drawn in his hand. And the ass turned aside out of the way and went into the field. And Baalim smote the ass to turn her into the way. But the angel of the Lord stood in the path of the vineyards, a wall being on this side and a wall on that side. And when the ass saw the angel of the Lord, she thrust herself onto the wall and crushed Baalim's foot against the wall. And he smote her again. And the angel of the Lord went further and stood in a narrow place where was no way to turn either to the right hand or to the left. Hold on, Elah. Here we go. Verse 27. I know. And when the ass saw the angel of the Lord, she fell down under Baalim, and Baalim's anger was kindled, and he smote the ass with a staff. And the Lord opened the mouth of the ass, and she said unto Baalim, What have I done unto thee, that thou hast smitten thee these 3 times? And Baalim said unto the ass, Because thou hast mocked me, I would there were a sword in mine hand, for now would I kill thee. And the ass said unto Baalim, Am not I thine ass upon which thou hast ridden ever since I was unto this day? Was I ever wont to do so unto thee? And he said, Nay. Then the Lord opened the eyes of Baalim, and he saw the angel of the Lord standing in the way, and a sword drawn in his hand, and he bowed down his head and fell flat on his face. And the angel of the Lord said unto him, Wherefore hast thou smitten thine ass these 3 times? Behold, I went out to withstand thee, because thy way is perverse before me. And the ass saw me and turned from me these 3 times. Unless she had turned from me, surely now also I had slain thee and saved her alive. And Baalim said unto the angel of the Lord, I have sinned, for I knew not that thou stoodest in the way against me. Now therefore, if it displease thee, I will get me back again. And the angel of the Lord said unto Baalim, Go with the men, but only with the word that I shall speak unto thee, that thou shalt speak. So Baalim went with the princes of Baalak, and when Baalak heard that Baalim was come, he went out to meet him unto a city of Moab, which is in the border of Arnon, which is in the utmost coast. And Balak said unto Baalim, Did I not earnestly send unto thee to call thee? Wherefore camest thou not unto me? Am I not able indeed to promote thee to honor? And Baalim said unto Balak, Lo, I am come unto thee. Have I now any power at all to say anything? The word that God putteth in my mouth, that shall I speak. And Baalim went with Balak, and they came unto Kirjath Huzoth. And Balak offered oxen and sheep, and sent to Baalim and to the princes that were with him. And it came to pass on the morrow that Balak took Baalim and brought him up into the high places of Baal, that thence he might see the utmost part of the people. Okay, that's all 41 verses of Numbers chapter 22. I apologize for this. I told you what can happen. I'll have a dirty kettle to clean if I don't get this. So I'm going to get it. Please be patient. Come on, let's go. What? Oh, come on. Yeah, I know you're excited. Come on, girlfriend. Good girl. All right. Hold on. Hold on. Ah. No, that's good. Okay, let's go, Kakarot. Come on, buddy. Get up. All right. Come on, big boy. Yeah, good boy. All right. Good boy. Yeah, you want a hug? Ooh, you want a hug. All right. No. Leave that alone. Leave that alone. All right, Goku, you're last. Good job. Good boy. Good boy. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. As I continue on with Numbers chapter 23 and so on, I want to wait on the commentary for now because I have kind of a dissertation to give you a general idea about Baalim and Baalak and that. I compare it to nowadays modern Western Gentile-minded Christianity. Anyway, and I'll just leave it at that for now. I will give more of an explanation later. All right, Numbers chapter 23. And Baalam said unto Baalak, give me here 7 altars, and prepare me here 7 oxen and 7 rams. And Baalak did as Baalam had spoken, and Baalak and Baalam offered on every altar a bullock and a ram. And Baalam said unto Baalak, stand by thy burnt offering, and I will go. Peradventure the Lord will come to meet me, and whatsoever he sheweth me I will tell thee. And he went to an high place. And God met Baalam, and he said unto him, I have prepared 7 altars, and I have offered every altar a bullock and a ram. And the Lord put a word in Baalam's mouth and said, return unto Baalak, and thus thou shalt speak. And he returned unto him, and lo, he stood by his burnt sacrifice, he and all the princes of Moab. And he took up his parable and said, Baalak the king of Moab hath brought me from Aram out of the mountains of the east, saying, come, curse me, Jacob, and come, defy Israel. How shall I curse whom God hath not cursed? Or how shall I defy whom the Lord hath not defied? For from the top of the rocks I see him, and from the hills I behold him. Lo, the people shall dwell alone, and shall not be reckoned among the nations. Who can count the dust of Jacob, and the number of the 4th part of Israel? Let me die the death of the righteous, and let my last end be like his. And Baalak said unto Baalam, what hast thou done unto me? I took thee to curse mine enemies, and behold, thou hast blessed them altogether. And he answered and said, must I not take heed to speak that which the Lord hath put in my mouth? And Baalak said unto him, come, I pray thee, with me unto another place, from whence thou mayest see them. Thou shalt see but the utmost part of them, and shalt not see them all, and curse me them from thence. And he brought him into the field of Zophim to the top of Pisgah, and built 7 altars, and offered a bullock and a ram on every altar. And he said unto Bullock, stand here by thy burnt offering, while I meet the Lord yonder. And the Lord met Baalam, and put a word in his mouth, and said, go unto Baalak, and say thus. And when he came to him, behold, he stood by his burnt offering, and the princes of Moab with him. And Baalak said unto him, what hath the Lord spoken? And he took up his parable and said, rise up, Baalak, and hear, hearken unto me, thou son of Zippor. God is not a man that he should lie. Okay, keep this verse 19 in mind. God is not a man that he should lie, neither the son of man that he should repent. Hath he said, and shall he not do it? Or hath he spoken, and shall he not make it good? In other words, it's impossible for God to lie. There's 2 verses in the Old Testament. This is the first one. There's another one in 1 Samuel, and then we have 2 in the New Testament, folks. Anyway, continuing on to verse 20. Behold, I have received commandment to bless, and he hath blessed, and I cannot reverse it. He hath not beheld iniquity in Jacob, neither hath he seen perverseness of Israel. The Lord his God is with him, and the shout of a king is among them. God brought them out of Egypt. He hath, as it were, the strength of an unicorn. Surely there is no enchantment against Jacob, neither is there any divination against Israel. According to this time, it shall be said of Jacob and of Israel, what hath God wrought? Behold, the people shall rise up as a great lion, and lift up himself as a young lion. He shall not lie down until he eat of the prey, and drink the blood of the slain. And Baalak said unto Baalam, neither curse them at all, nor bless them at all. But Baalam answered and said unto Baalak, told not I thee, saying, all that the Lord speaketh that I must do? And Baalak said unto Baalam, come, I pray thee, I will bring thee unto another place. Peradventure it will please God that thou mayest curse me them from thence. And Baalak brought Baalam unto the top of Peor, and that looketh toward Jeshimon. And Baalam said unto Baalak, build me here 7 altars, and prepare me here 7 bullocks and 7 rams. And Baalak did as Baalam said, and offered a bullock and a ram on every altar. All 30 verses of Numbers chapter 23. Let me look at the side chat. Okay, well, looks pretty normal to me, folks. Give me a second. Let's continue on. And when Balaam saw that it pleased the Lord to bless Israel, he went not, as at other times, to seek for enchantments, and he set his face toward the wilderness. Sorry about that. I just started, I read verse 1 of Numbers chapter 24. But let's continue on. And Balaam lifted up his eyes, and he saw Israel abiding in his tents according to their tribes, and the Spirit of God came upon him. And he took up his parable and said, Balaam, the son of Beor, hath said, and the man whose eyes are open hath said, he hath said, which heard the words of God, which saw the vision of the Almighty, falling into a trance, but having his eyes open. How goodly are thy tents, O Jacob, and thy tabernacles, O Israel. As the valleys are they spread forth, as gardens by the river's side, as the trees of line aloes, which the Lord hath planted, and as cedar trees beside the waters. He shall pour the water out of his buckets, and his seed shall be in many waters, and his king shall be higher than Agag, and his kingdom shall be exalted. God brought him forth out of Egypt. He hath, as it were, the strength of an unicorn. He shall eat up the nations, his enemies, and shall break their bones and pierce them through with his arrows. He couched, he lay down as a lion, and as a great lion. Who shall stir him up? Blessed is he that blesseth thee, and cursed is he that curseth thee. Now keep in mind with Numbers chapter 24, verse 9, you can compare and refer that to Genesis chapter 12, verse 3, which includes all of us who are part of the contract, a part of the covenant. Okay? So, let's continue on to verse 10. And Baalak's anger was kindled against Balaam, and he smote his hands together. And Baalak said unto Balaam, I called thee to curse mine enemies, and behold, thou hast altogether blessed them these 3 times. Therefore now flee thou to thy place. I thought to promote thee unto great honor, but lo, the Lord hath kept thee back from honor. And Balaam said unto Baalak, Spake I not also to thy messengers which thou sentest unto me, saying, If Baalak would give me his house full of silver and gold, I cannot go beyond the commandment of the Lord to do either good or bad of mine own mind, but what the Lord saith, that will I speak. And now behold, I go unto my people. Come therefore, and I will advertise thee what this people shall do to thy people in the latter days. And he took up his parable and said, Balaam the son of Beor hath said, and the man whose eyes are open hath said, he hath said, which heard the words of God, and knew the knowledge of the Most High, which saw the vision of the Almighty, falling into a trance, but having his eyes open. I shall see him, but not now. I shall behold him, but not nigh. There shall come a star out of Jacob, and a scepter shall rise out of Israel, and shall smite the corners of Moab, and destroy all the children of Sheth. Okay, that's another prophecy of Yeshua, ladies and gentlemen. Verse 18, and Edom shall be a possession. Seir also shall be a possession for his enemies, and Israel shall do valiantly. Out of Jacob shall come he that shall have dominion, and shall destroy him that remaineth of the city. And when he looked on Amalek, he took up his parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations, but his latter end shall be that he perish forever. And he looked on the Kenites, and took up his parable and said, Strong is thy dwelling place, and thou puttest thy nest in a rock. Nevertheless, the Kenites shall be wasted, until Asher shall carry thee away captive. And he took up his parable and said, Alas, who shall live when God doeth this? And ships shall come from the coast of Chittim, and shall afflict Asher, and shall afflict Eber, and he also shall perish forever. And Balaam rose up and went and returned to his place, and Baalak also went his way. I'm looking here. Oh, good Lord. 26 is... Oh. Okay, well, I put it down there in the title. We shall do this. And again, I wanted to get to the little bit of my dissertation here. So in order to do that, I have to read through this. Anyway, let's continue on to Numbers chapter 25. And Israel abode in Shittim, and the people began to commit whoredom with the daughters of Moab. And they called the people unto the sacrifices of their gods, and the people did eat and bowed down to their gods. And Israel joined himself unto Baal Peor, and the anger of the Lord was kindled against Israel. And the Lord said unto Moses, Take all the heads of the people, and hang them up before the Lord against the sun, that the fierce anger of the Lord may be turned away from Israel. And Moses said unto the judges of Israel, Slay ye every one his men that were joined unto Baal Peor. And behold, one of the children of Israel came and brought unto his brethren a Midianitish woman in the sight of Moses, and in the sight of all the congregation of the children of Israel, who were weeping before the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And when Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron the priest, saw it, he rose up from among the congregation and took a javelin in his hand. And he went after the man of Israel into the tent and thrust both of them through the man of Israel and the woman through her belly. So the plague was stayed from the children of Israel. And those that died in the plague were 24,000. Talk about costly every time they screw up. But it was to stomp out sin, just so you know. Verse 10. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron the priest, hath turned my wrath away from the children of Israel, while he was zealous for my sake among them, that I consume not the children of Israel in my jealousy. Wherefore say, Behold, I give him. Wherefore, behold, I give unto him my covenant of peace, and he shall have it, and a seed after him, even the covenant of an everlasting priesthood, because he was zealous for his God and made an atonement for the children of Israel. Now the name of the Israelite that was slain, even that was slain with the Midianitish woman, was Zimri, the son of Salu, a prince of a chief house among the Simeonites. And the name of the Midianitish woman that was slain was Cosbi, the daughter of Zur. He was head over a people and of a chief house in Midian. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Vex the Midianites and smite them, for they vex you with their wiles, wherewith they have beguiled you in the matter of Peor, and in the matter of Cosbi, the daughter of a prince of Midian, their sister, which was slain in the day of the plague of Peor's sake. All 18 verses of chapter 25 of Numbers, and now we have 65 verses coming up. So anyway, let me take a drink of my coffee here. All right, let's do this. And it came to pass after the I'll be all right, but thank you for your concern. And it came to pass after the plague that the Lord spake unto Moses and unto Eleazar the son of Aaron the priest, saying, Take the son of all the congregation of the children of Israel from 20 years old and upward throughout their father's house, all that are able to go to war in Israel. And Moses and Eleazar the priest spake with them in the plains of Moab by Jordan near Jericho, saying, Take the sum of the people from 20 years old and upward, as the Lord commanded Moses and the children of Israel, which went forth out of the land of Egypt. Reuben, the eldest son of Israel, the children of Reuben, Hanach, of whom cometh the family of the Hanakites, of Palu, the family of the Paluites, of Hezron, the family of the Hezronites, of Carmi, the family of the Carmites. These are the families of the Reubenites. And they that were numbered of them were 43,730. And the sons of Palu, Eliab. And the sons of Eliab, Nemuel and Dathan and Abiram. This is that Dathan and Abiram, which are famous in the congregation, who strove against Moses and against Aaron, in the company of Korah when they strove against the Lord. And the earth opened her mouth and swallowed them up together with Korah. When that company died, what time the fire devoured 250 men, and they became a sign. Notwithstanding that the children of Korah died not, the sons of Simeon after their families, of Nemuel, the family of the Nemuelites, of Jamin, the family of the Jaminites, of Jachin, the family of the Jachinites, of Zerah, the family of the Zarhites, of Shaul, the family of the Shaulites. These are the families of the Simeonites, 22,200. The children of Gad after their families, of Zephon, the family of the Zephonites, of Haggai, the family of the Haggites, of Shuni, the family of the Shunites, of Ozni, the family of the Oznites, of Uri, the family of the Urites, of Arad, the family of the Aradites, of Areli, the family of the Arelites. These are the families of the children of Gad, according to those that were numbered of them, 40,500. The sons of Judah were and Onan, and and Onan died in the land of Canaan. And the sons of Judah after their families were of Shelah, the family of the Shelonites, of Phares, the family of the Pharzites, of Zerah, the family of the Zarhites. And the sons of Phares were of Hezron, the family of the Hezronites, of Hamol, the family of the Hamalites. These are the families of Judah according to the house that were numbered of them, 16,500. All right, that'd be 76,500, I believe, in today's terms. Of the sons of Issachar, after their families of Tola, the family of the Tolaites, of Puah, the family of the Punites, of Jashub, the family of the Jashubites, of Shimron, the family of the Shimronites. These are the families of Issachar, according to those that were numbered of them, 64,400. So that basically be 64,300 in today's terminology. Verse 26, of the sons of Zebulun after their families, of Sarah, the family of the Sardites, of Elon, the family of the Elonites, of Jaliel, the family of the Jaliites. These are the families of the Zebulunites, according to those that were numbered of them, 60,500, which would be 60,500. The families of Joseph after their families were Manasseh and Ephraim. Of the sons of Manasseh, of Machir, the family of the Machirites, and Machir begat Gilead. Of Gilead come the family of the Gileadites. These are the sons of Gilead. Of Jezer, the family of the Jezerites, and Helek, the family of the Helekites. And of Azrael, the family of the Azraelites, and of Shechem, the family of the Chemites. And of Shemida, the family of the Shemidaites, and of Hefer, the family of the Hepherites. That's through verse 32. Do you need to give me this?
Yeah, take your glasses off.
Okay.
You look really pale when everybody sees it.
Do they?
Yep.
I don't know. My screen was that good to be able to show my ugly mug that well.
You're really pale right now. Your lips and everything.
Am I?
Yep.
Okay. Huh. Isn't that something?
Look at yourself on the screen.
What are you trying to do? Scare me?
No.
On myself?
Seriously, look. See how white you are?
Yeah, I do. Well, I'm a white Jew boy. What do you expect?
No, you ain't never that white without no lip color.
Okay. I'll try to read the chat later. Let's go to verse 33. Thank you very much, my loving wife, for helping me out here. Thank you for everybody's concern.
Everybody is concerned.
Yeah. Verse 33. I believe it. Verse 33. And Zelophehad, the son of Hefer, had no sons, but daughters, and the names of the daughters of Zelophehad were Mela and Noah, Hagla, Milcah, and Tirzah. These are the families of Manasseh, and those that were numbered of them, 52,700. These are the sons of Ephraim after their families, of Shuthalah, the family of the Shuthalites; of Becher, the family of the Bachrites; of Tahan, the family of the Tahanites. And these are the sons of Shuthalah; of Aaron, the family of the Aaronites. These are the families of the sons of Ephraim, according to those that were numbered of them, 32,500. These are the sons of Joseph after their families. The sons of Benjamin after their families. Of Bela, the family of the Balites; of Ashbel, the family of the Ashbelites; of Ahiram, the family of the Ahiramites; of Shupham, the family of the Shuphamites; of of Hupham, the family of the Huphamites. And the sons of Bela were Ard and Naaman; of Ard, the family of the Ardites; and of Naaman, the family of the Naamites. These are the sons of Benjamin after their families, and they that were numbered of them were 45,600. These are the sons of Dan after their families, of Shuham, the family of the Shuamites. These are the families of Dan after their families. All the families of the Shuamites, according to those that were numbered of them, were 64,400, which would be 64,400. Okay, verse 44. Of the children of Asher after their families, of Jimnah, of the family of the Jimnites; of Jeshuai, the family of the Jeshuites; of Bariah, the family of the Barites; of the sons of Bariah; of Heber, the family of the Heberites; of Malchiel, the family of the Malchielites. And the name of the daughter of Asher was Sarah. These are the families of the sons of Asher according to those that were numbered of them, who were 53,400. Of the sons of Naphtali after their families: of Jaziel, the family of the Jazielites; of Guni, the family of the Gunites; of Jezer, or you could say Jezer, the family of the Jezerites; of Shillem, the family of the Shillemites. These are the families of Naphtali according to their families, and they that were numbered of them were 45,400. These were the number of the children of Israel, 600,000 and 1,730. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Unto the land shall be divided for an inheritance according to the number of names. To many thou shalt give the more inheritance, and to few thou shalt give the less inheritance. To every one shall his inheritance be given according to those that were numbered of him. Notwithstanding, the land shall be divided by lot, according to the names of the tribes of their fathers they shall inherit. According to the lot shall the possession thereof be divided between many and few. And these are they that were numbered of the Levites after their families: of Gershon, the family of the Gershonites; of Kohath, the family of the Kohathites; of Merari, the family of the Merarites. These are the families of the Levites: the family of the Libnites; the family of the Hebronites; the family of the Malites; the family of the Mushites; the family of the Korathites. And Kohath begat Amram. And the name of Amram's wife was Jochebed, the daughter of Levi, whom her mother bare to Levi in Egypt, and she bare unto Amram Aaron and Moses and Miriam their sister. And unto Aaron was born Nadab and Abihu, Eleazar and Ithamar. And Nadab and Abihu died when they offered strange fire before the Lord. And those that were numbered of them were 23,000, all males from a month old and upward, for they were not numbered among the children of Israel, because there was no inheritance given them among the children of Israel. These are they that were numbered by Moses and Eleazar the priest, who numbered the children of Israel in the plains of Moab by Jordan near Jericho. But among these there was not a man of them whom Moses and Aaron the priest numbered when they numbered the children of Israel in the wilderness of Sinai. For the Lord had said of them, They shall surely die in the wilderness, and there was not left a man of them, save Caleb the son of Jephunneh, and Joshua the son of Nun. Oh, okay, that's all 65 verses of Numbers chapter 26. We have 10 chapters left in this scroll, or Megillah, before we go on to Devarim. So that being said, folks, if I can get my head together here enough, I guess I was looking more uh, pathetic than I really realized. So, but anyway, I think again, the strange fire was mentioned, and we can relay that too. There's a lot of strange fire religions, Christian religions. Forget about the other ones. I don't. Okay, religions such as like Islam, Buddhism, whatnot. I don't expect anything out of them. Okay, they're not claiming this stuff in the first place. But a lot of these Christian denominations and sects, SETS, sects of these denominations, are claiming something from a Bible. They all have their translation or translations they prefer. But they all want it done according, bending to their agenda. And that's what was going on here, including with Baalak and Baalam. Okay. He even had, I tend to wonder if people do get some word from the Lord, and they oh, maybe there's another way I can work around this, because I think the prophet was doing that all the way. Yeah, he did say he can't do what the Lord does. He can't go against what what Yud Hey Vav Hey, blessed be his name, says for him to do, but he kept going along with it, and then eventually gave them a suggestion to screw Israel up. And we'll see that after the Torah, where he gets the sword too. I mean, okay. I appreciate your guys' concern, I really do. But if something happens to me here, I'm just willing to stay here and either live or not, or just be unalived, as YouTube would prefer me to say. I don't want to be, let's say, like unconscious going into an emergency room, and not with what's going on now. They may give me that scam shot, and I don't even know it. It's too bad that I can't. Well, I used to be in the field. I know how sadistic they could be when I was in there. It's been like 29 years for me, and it was bad. But from what I'm seeing now, and watching Dr. Tony Anthony Fauci a little bit today, and I'll just stay right here. So that being said, yeah, I did have a hard day. We did a lot of stuff. We got some good stuff done. I had to change. And it's not like it's overly laborious. It's not. It's just I get myself exhausted because I go bam, 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 and I changed the. Not only did we change the shavings to a tote with our biddies in behind there in the kitchen, I also got one of my bigger totes for them because they're growing, and that was a good thing that got done today. It was starting to stink back there. No, 111 times, Hoss, not just 101. 111. That's what they said. But and of course I got the regular stuff done too, and that, and then I had to get some extra mud dug up for some trees we've been growing in the house here, and they're staying outside for now. So anyway, but I mean, it was a long day. It's just stuff adds up for me, and I act like I'm 25, when I'm not only 25 anymore. So maybe some of you other old guys like me can relate to what I'm saying. But back to the strange fire deal. This lady, and I think I've talked to this before. What live stream? I don't. You can go look it up. I have no clue. But I remember this lady that I had the hots for in Akron, Ohio. She asked me one time to go attend this church service. She used to go there, and she quit. And she knew I was a Sabbath keeper. I was fairly new at it back then, but so I said, okay. And I went to this church service that's in a Christian restaurant, because I would eat there sometimes after work during the weekdays, after working graveyard shift, third shift. And I think over 90% of the crowd was gay and lesbian and LGBT or whatever, LGBTQ. I don't know, whatever. This pastor, he was supposedly really biblically oriented, and he said, and he just, rather than, condemn them in that, let's just show them the love of Jesus. Yeah, still 40. That would be nice, Wilfred, if we were only 40. But anyway, I didn't feel my obligated duty. I did. I talked to another woman there, and she likes to sway by, both men and women, and she said, she felt comfortable in this church because she's not being judged. Well, according to John, Gospel of John 7:24, we can make righteous judgment. Judge not according to appearance, but judge righteous judgment. Isn't that the KJV, if I'm right? You also have 1 Corinthians 2, verses 15 and 16. I can judge in some areas, and I don't have to take any heed to what you say or judge about me. If I'm right with Elohim, and I am right now. Anyway, it's just, okay, because I wasn't a member of that church. I didn't see any point in me getting on anybody. And I talked to the pastor for a couple minutes. He kind of knew who I was. We had met before. So if you really love that person, like that lady who was talking to me about that, she was fairly fine looking too. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. What happened? Anyway, if that pastor really is going to do his job and love her and accept her, he needs to tell her the truth. It's all throughout the Old and the New Testaments, and you won't enter the kingdom of heaven. Paul had to deal with that. They were under the rule of Rome, so they couldn't just use stoning, burning, or hanging. And I think it was stoning. From what I can ascertain, it was stoning the most in the Old Testament. Because so he wrote in his letters. My point to you is this: these churches have really gotten watered down. They're accepting a lot of things that they're biblically not supposed to, and they have Bibles. I don't care if it's a crappy paraphrased New International Trashino version. It's going to read. Well, I know because I've read it, because even in the nearly inspired version, as some like to sarcastically make jokes about, it reads it in there, and it's more today's, even though it's a crappy version, like King James is much better, but it reads it there when you go to 1 Corinthians 6. And let's take a look at this. 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verses 9 through 10. Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of God? Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor abusers of themselves with mankind, nor thieves, nor covetous, nor drunkards, nor revilers, nor extortioners shall inherit the kingdom of God. If that's what you're doing, you're not getting in. That's just kind of the way I take it. I mean, we can try to go into critical thought and into different texts. Let me get up the Google here. We'll go into some other versions. We'll put on Bible Hub. Why not? Bible Hub and Bible Gateway, as far as online, are the ones that I use the most. I should install eSword. That's the best that I know of. And Bible Hub is a pretty good second. But okay, just to make a point. Okay. Fine, let's do the intertractional, nearly inspired. Or do you not know that wrongdoers will not inherit the kingdom of God? Be not deceived, neither the sexually immoral, or nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor men who have sex with men, nor thieves, nor the get out of there, nor thieves, nor the greedy, nor drunkards, nor slanderers, nor swindlers will inherit the kingdom of God. I mean, male prostitutes for the New Living. Plus, they just use the word right here, homosexuality. Okay, I mean, I don't care what I do. I care about translations, but when I'm trying to point like this, it's pretty obvious, guys. So that being said, I mean, oh, okay. But anyway, yeah, I know my wife's gripes are about, and they are legitimate. I feel bad for Deborah Heber Faith. Yeah, but I'm not going to get into that. We could go to Romans 1. Maybe we should do that. I probably shouldn't have unshared it. Okay. I'm not going to go. Let's see. You have to have a cause when you call somebody a fool, okay? And Paul had good cause. Okay, because that when they knew God, they glorified him not as God, neither were thankful, but became vain in their imaginations, and their foolish heart was darkened. Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools. Now, as you read on down, go to the last verse 32. Or for crying out loud, what am I doing? Let me look on my live stream. Okay. Sorry about that, folks. I'm screwing up here. Okay, let's try it this way. Okay. Sorry about that. It doesn't want to let me do it. Oh, you know what? Screw this. You got to be joking me. Oh, man, I'm telling you, the internet is really starting to anger. It's starting to irk me. Let's try that. Okay. Right here. Who, knowing the judgment of God, that they which commit such things are worthy of death, not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them. Have you seen those people? I mean, how proud they are. They're truly, genuinely happy. They're proud. They're very prideful in it. And that's scriptural too, just so you know, in more than one place. Yeah, Ecclesiastes 1:9, isn't it? Am I right on that? Off the top of my head there, Haas. 8. No. Where am I at? Yeah. Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 9. The thing that has been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done, is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun. Kamala Harris never could quote that correctly, could she? And that's no joke. But we have a lot of that going on in America today, and the pastors are okay with it for that matter, and they don't have any conscience to, what do you call it, to repent. Okay, their human spirit isn't convicting them, the Holy Spirit, because they don't have the Holy Spirit. They don't, I mean, they got their own whatever translation of the Bible or translations. They don't even bother to open them hardly, except for maybe a little liturgy. So what are you going to do? I mean, that's what happened in Numbers chapter, starting with Numbers chapter 22. That's what it reminds me so much of. And to be honest with you, when you look at Prophet Baalam, folks, and talking to the king Baalak, I have my doubts. Obviously, I can't really judge this part. I don't want to take John 7:24, etc. out of context. I'm just saying, I think it's dubious that he's in the kingdom, because he was looking for a way to get rich too and work around God, hoping that God would approve. And that's my guess. Again, I expected it out of King Baalak. That's just granted. You can't expect anything different. So Matthew 7 verses 21, 22, and 23 come to mind. So just saying. Okay. Now that I've given that little bit of dissertation, trying to think what else I can talk about here. My wife is working on something, and she's more techno savvy than I am. About a better opening with some music and stuff like that, make it a little more interesting. I'm letting her do that. I have such contempt for technology, even though I use it, and I think that's kind of made me a mental block, because I could be a lot more intelligent with it. So, but I have a good partner, and she's doing what needs to be done. She hoped to have it done tonight, but it's a little complicated. So, that being said, folks, hopefully we'll be able to open this stuff up a little bit, with some music playing and whatever, and that. I need to get with the times a little bit. So, I suppose I could play some fuddy-duddies here. Hold on. We'll go ahead and have some fun again. Yeah, I kind of like, I'm trying to think. My favorites are at a stalemate between his father, David, and him. At three of them, really. David, as in Dawid, and Shlomo, and King Josiah in English. Josiah was many decades down the road, one of the many great grandsons or whatever. And, those are the three my favorite kings for different reasons, though. And I'm not going to get into that now. Let's get back to Google, or, back to, here, let me share Mr. Burgundy here. We'll have a good laugh, hopefully. I haven't watched these today, so, making sure.
My urologist told me something about ED meds that you are not going to believe. I've been taking Viagra for about 2 years, and I told him it helps, but something still feels off. He goes, that may be because Viagra addresses blood flow.
CBS News was first to obtain about 2.5 hours of the roughly 70 hours of recorded conversations between Biden and his ghostwriter. For years, the former president fought to keep these recordings private, but the Justice Department has now released them after a long legal battle.
So finally the truth comes out.
The newly released audio recordings reveal that in 2016 and 2017, as then former Vice President Biden was writing a memoir, he told his ghostwriter, Mark Zwanitzer, on several occasions that he had classified documents in his possession.
Of course I do.
Biden said this in reference to volumes of notes he kept in his home.
I just found all the classified stuff downstairs.
Biden would later publicly criticize President Trump for his handling of classified material after classified documents were discovered at Mar-a-Lago.
Does that feel hypocritical to you?
When you saw the photograph of the top secret documents laid out on the floor at Mar-a-Lago, what did you think to yourself, looking at that image?
How that could possibly happen. How anyone could be that irresponsible.
One pair of pants later.
Mr. President, Mr. President,
Okay.
classified material next to your Corvette. What were you thinking?
Let me, we're going to get a chance to speak on all this, God willing, soon. But as I said earlier this week, people, and by the way, my Corvette's in a locked garage. Okay, so it's not like you're sitting out in the street. But at any rate, yes, as well as my Corvette.
And it's just totally irresponsible.
As we found a handful of documents were filed in the wrong place. We immediately turned them over to the archives of the Justice Department. We're fully cooperating, looking forward to getting this resolved quickly. I think you're going to find there's nothing there. I have no regrets. I'm following what the lawyers have told me they want me to do. It's exactly what we're doing. There's no there.
Please disperse. Nothing to see here, please.
Let's see. Just to let you guys know, Trump had his under lock and key at Mar-a-Lago very securely, and there's security there. Secondly, Trump had every legal right to have him because he was a president, a former president at that time. Biden did not. His documents from back when he was a senator and then vice president did not give him any legal right to do that. Again, it's not like I'm trying to overly defend Donald Trump, because when Merrick Bryan Garland, the DOJ at the time, gave the order, or at least told to get, the FBI director at that time to give the order to go in there. Well, the FBI director at that time was Christopher Asher Ray, the one, that was the guy that Donald Trump appointed during his first term, so stupidly. And Director Ray gave in a kill, you can either say a kill order or an open fire order. In other words, if they would have been there with Secret Service, the DOJ and FBI had every authorization from Christopher Asher Ray to shoot the any Secret Service or other type of security that could have been there. So it shows you when Trump appoints people, he doesn't always use the best discretion either. Moving on.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Well, nothing says honesty like taking the fifth, huh, Doc? Let's try something. What day of the week is it today?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
Does that booger eating spaz make me want to puke?
This isn't about the Constitution. This isn't about the law. This is about contempt. contempt for this body and contempt for the American people. But I think I know why you're doing it. It's because you don't want to answer questions. It's because you did all kinds of terrible things. It's because during the pandemic, you got rich, didn't you?
Isn't that true, Sphincter Boy?
Dr. Fauci called last week for a mask mandate. This isn't a political statement. It's patriotic duty, for God's sake.
It's the most patriotic thing you can do.
Kiss my ass.
The moment you've been waiting for is here. It's time for you to go get your vaccination.
None for me, thanks.
This is enough vaccine to fully vaccinate 300 Americans. 300 Americans. By end of the summer, the beginning of the fall. But we want to make, look, I want to repeat, it'll be enough to fully vaccinate 300 Americans. Fully vaccinate 300 Americans.
The day I was sworn in, only 2 million people have been vaccinated. Now, more than 220 Americans are fully vaccinated.
More than 220 Americans are fully vaccinated.
All right, you might want to check your math on that one.
It's a pandemic of the unvaccinated. I know I've said that constantly, and others have as well. The vaccination of the unvaccinated. The vaccination of the unvaccinated. You're okay. You're not going to get COVID if you have these vaccinations. If you haven't gotten vaccinated, do it. Do it now. Do it now.
Do it. Do it.
And virtually no one's died because of that vaccination. There's no wall high enough or ocean wide enough to keep us safe from a vaccine and other. To keep us safe from a vaccine and other.
Sounds Freudian.
Many of us are frustrated with the nearly 80 million Americans who are still not vaccinated. We've been patient, but our patience is wearing thin.
I don't care.
And your refusal has cost all of us. So please do the right thing. But just don't take it from me. But just don't take it from me.
Who that?
Get vaccinated.
Never have, never will.
Sex starts in the brain. I'm Dr. Ackerman, and I'm a board certified.
Hold on. Okay. Well, I do recommend that people subscribe and hit the notification bell to Mr. Burgundy. As I always do, I'll put the links to those videos down underneath when I'm done, when I shut down here. But I am not in full agreement that Biden pushed it down us. For one thing, I used to work in geriatrics. I'm educated and experienced. And I don't think he knew his head from his ass, his head from his donkey. He never should have been in there in the first place. So, and you don't have to have my education and experience to know this. We knew it on the outside here when he was running. Okay. His people had to have known it, that were close up with him. So that being said, if anything, to Trump during the first 1.0 Trump Pence, and Trump pushed it, really. And he's fully lucid. Okay. What was he back then? 78, probably 74 years old, whatever he was then. He's 80 now, because you're talking like there's been 6 years since this crap happened. So Trump is not really innocent. I don't consider Biden innocent. He did a lot of crap over the years, his over half a century of so-called public service. And there's some things on him. If I was to talk about it openly on YouTube, I'd be shut down, or at the very least struck and have the video taken off. I've been in YouTube jail before. It's just been a good number of years, but they're a little less censored right now anyway. But I don't count on that. And even if I talked about specific things on Rumble or BitChute or something, they might take a look at me then too. Don't think that just because you're on another site like that you have 100%. You don't. You just have more leeway than YouTube. That's all, which is, I guess, a good thing to an extent. But anyway, I am working on some things with the Noahide laws. I've taken some notes, and I will be doing a separate video. Thanks to Deborah Heberfaith's tenacity of hounding me. Okay, I have a lot of notes in this thing. I have a lot of different notebooks, and this is one of the main ones that I use to jot down a lot of notes, and I may or may not put it in a separate notebook in more detail. I don't want to be sitting here, I pretty much know what it is. There's a few things I did learn, like new names. Those people aren't new, but you get what I'm saying. I've learned some new things, and I think what some of the goals are of the Noahide laws and that, and and I want to get this out. I'm still trying to figure out, and you kind of got to play it by ear. I don't really have an algorithm to how I should say things on YouTube right now. I'm still new at that because, things are different now. Yes, they're less censored, but if I say certain things, I could, have, like I said, I could be put in YouTube jail for all I know, or worse. And which, if that's meant to be, so be it. But I do want to get through the Bible readings too. I had all the Restoration Study Bible read all the way through on another channel that's, we deleted and all that. And that's a Hebraic version or offshoot of the King James. Now I'm just doing the King James directly. And frankly, you think too, and I'm not trying to hold myself up, with a pride thing or anything, especially when you have a Jew who's going against this stuff. They're probably going to come down harder on me than a lot of you. And I don't care. I really wish my Jewish counterparts would get over themselves and quit trying to do talk a note and would repent, frankly. But, common sense tells me they're not, at least not most of them. Zeb Porat, a Messianic rabbi in Israel, he does every now and then have a success story on his channel of some Orthodox Jew or something like that, where they actually accept Yeshua. Every now and then, which is very rare, but every now and then Zeb Porat has somebody who, like, say, a rabbi that will do it. I'm not in Israel. I'm not in the state of Israel. I'm not visiting with any Orthodox or ultra Orthodox or Sephardic or anything. I have a really good close friend, a brother in humanity, who's a Karaite Jewish Hakam. He's really cool. When I am getting down to Jewish thought and stuff like that, I have to talk to him sometimes. He's more than happy and willing to give me some of his time. In fact, he's one of the wrenches here. I haven't seen him on for a while, but he's busy. He has a life, and I get it. So that being said, it's just amazing, to give you kind of a teaser here. What do they call that? Like they do on YouTube, parts of a movie, that you'd have to pay for. Some of this is just silly, stupid, Number 6, no cruelty to animals. Do not eat a limb or flesh taken from a living animal. But then again, when you see somebody eating a live octopus, I guess some people just have to be told that stupid stuff. They're that dense. Some just don't know, I suppose, if it's in their culture. Okay, well. And we're not supposed to be eating octopus anyway, live or dead. But, when they start getting into about not worshiping celebrities, money, and people, don't worship them and give God respect. Well, yeah, I'm all for that on the surface, but I think a lot of Christians are going to be given an ultimatum, and I don't call myself a Christian. If you do, I'm fine with that. I'm not into terms, lot of the stuff that I see going on too, I told you before, I felt like I feel like a vicarious in a way, or better yet, maybe the better word would be, I feel like an empath. And I'm not going to go real profound with that. I just, a lot of this stuff, I've seen a lot of stuff in my life, and this really gets to me, and it's hard to watch and deal with because it's that wicked, folks. It's that deep. It's that much of a dark abyss, and you feel like you're right in it. You're a part of it. You're stuck, and you can't crawl your way out. And so, because I probably could have gotten this to you sooner on an intellectual level, but I just don't like dealing with it. Anyway, the writings of Rambam and Maimonides and the Talmud, and just, oh man. But then again, you got this Christian commentary with the cemeteries and whatever, and they're really no better. Okay, folks, I've kind of updated you on what I'm doing. One of these days, you'll see me come on live. Those of you who are near your phones or laptops or whatever you use, maybe when I do a separate video, like I've done separate live stream videos in the past, and it'll happen. So that being said, I think it's time for me to probably get off the live stream here and get my dogs in. And in the meantime, I do appreciate you, as always, coming and listening to the reading and having some fun with the videos, seeing what a bunch of buffoons that are supposed to be our public servants are. And I mean, what do you do but laugh? But folks, stay on guard, okay? Absolutely. Amen there, Hoss. Stand guard, okay? Prepare yourself. Prepare yourselves physically, mentally, spiritually. Keep your heads on your swivels, and don't get caught sleeping, not in a spiritual sense. Peace. Shalom. The Levite man is out of here. See you later.